What is up, everybody? The NFL playoffs are right upon us. Tomorrow they start, and we're just going to be going over the bracket and who we think are going to win the Super Bowl, who we think are going to win tomorrow, all the games, do the tiebreaker thing. I'm joined today by Tim Katz. You can see what's
Yes,
up.
sir. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be back on the Morello sports discussion. It's been a while, I know, but I'm here rooting for the boys, the Cowboys. We're gonna have a healthy debate, healthy discussion, and
All right.
yeah, excited.
So before we go on to the bracket, how do you feel about it, the Cowboys? How do you think they played this year?
Um, you know, I I've really enjoyed watching this season. In years past, it's felt like we've had so much hope. We go into playoffs, we lose it. And so far it started off a little bit like shaky, wasn't really sure. Then we had some
Kick the
breakout
Patriots' ass,
players.
though.
Yeah. I mean, I think Dak Prescott, after seeing last year the interception problem, I wasn't
He
very
only had nine
hopeful.
this year. That's not bad for him.
Yeah, and I mean, he really stepped it up this year. Like in
Yeah, he's
interceptions
fine.
went very down. He wasn't injured. He really played well. I was happy. And then breakout star on defense, Deron Bland. Uh,
Definitely.
oh yeah,
Def-
he had a
Definitely. Four,
mess year.
four
I
pick
think
six, three, four pick sixes, something like that.
he had 5 pick sixes, nine
Oh, my bad.
interceptions. Yeah,
Okay.
NFL history. So,
Oh, definitely.
Trayvon Diggs went down, I was a little upset, but I can't be mad with
Yeah.
the performance this year by the
The
guys.
plan was fine. Let's just hope they perform in the playoffs. Though it seems like every year they just fail.
Fingers crossed. I mean, and I have my first, I'll be honest, the first Cowboys game I ever watched, the full game, was against the Packers in the playoffs in 2016. And I saw the Cook catch on the sideline that led to the game-winning field goal. And that really broke me down. It gave me my first glimpse of what it felt like to be a losing sports fan.
I don't
So
think the Cowboys are really a losing team to sign for
well,
the playoffs.
we'll prove you wrong this year. Well, let me spin that question back at you, Morello. How do you feel about the Patriots? Bill Belichick. Talk a little bit
I mean,
about that.
I had a whole video that
Yeah.
yesterday on a whole rant.
Mhm.
Well, so we'll talk about Gerard Mayo here. I think he's a fine
Yes.
signing. I talked about it briefly yesterday. He's internal. He knows the Patriot way. Like I said, this season was very disappointing, and now let's just hope for the draft. They make the right move. They make a move that's good for the franchise. And
Yeah.
they have to hire a GM as well now because Belichick had both duties. So if we make the right moves, Kraft is committed to having a winning franchise again. I think we'll be fine. We're not going to be good next year. We're not going to be good the year after. I mean, I shouldn't even say
I
that. But
mean, you never
let's
know.
hope we can start winning again because this is not how I grew up as a Patriots fan. I'm
Eh.
used to winning every single year. I was a
Well,
spoiled fan.
the tides have turned. The
I,
tides
I
have turned.
literally every year I would expect to be in the Super Bowl, and it was fun. But
Yeah. I
now,
mean, if you're the Patriots
um,
right now, I know you gave a couple outcomes like Joe Alt, Marvin Harrison Jr. If you're them, who are you picking?
Marvin Harrison Jr. because he's a surefire prospect. Like I said yesterday, Caleb Williams and Drake May, they both have, the fans criticizing for certain things. Caleb Williams, he wants, his own franchise basically, and he's a rookie.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous. Drake May apparently is going to be a bust. That's what I've heard from many
I heard
fans
that
on
too. You
social
hear that all
media.
the time. You never
Marvin
know.
Harrison Jr. is going to be a surefire prospect. Like I said yesterday, his floor is Amari Cooper, they're saying, and that's not even that bad.
Yeah. I mean,
All
I would
right.
take an Amari Cooper any day.
Yeah, definitely. So let's get on to this bracket.
Oh
So
yeah.
the one seeds, honestly, I think the Ravens are kind of surprising as the one seed.
Yeah, I think they're a
I
little
wouldn't have
overrated.
thought the Chiefs to start of the season.
I mean, the
Um,
Chiefs kind of exploded. Turnovers was really the wide receiver core was
yeah,
not impressive at all. I mean,
definitely. Yeah, and the wide receivers were horrible. Kelsey had a down year. I think he has too many distractions he's dealing with.
yeah,
No,
off the
he's
field,
having some fun. Um, the 49ers, I don't think that's a surprise. I think most people thought Eagles at the 5 seed is very surprising. Honestly,
Yeah, I didn't think the
the one or
Cowboys would
two.
wedge their way in there with the
What
two.
in the world happened to the Eagles? That's
Yeah.
another question. Is Jalen Hurts a bust or they just,
I think it
tank?
was they were plagued with injuries. The 5 seed, in the last couple of weeks they lost 6 games. You hate to see it. I think going into the playoffs, they don't have that momentum that they wish to
Oh
have.
yeah, they definitely don't. But I think they
No,
lucked out playing the Eagle or the Buccaneers though.
exactly. If they could get this game, that's a morale booster, and then you start playoff with a win. That's definitely looking good for them as they like go towards the Super Bowl.
The one thing, though, and this could help the Cowboys here, is if the Eagles do advance, the Eagles will, and I'm assuming the Lions and the Cowboys are going to win, the Eagles will play the 49ers. So you would basically eliminate there can't be then a 49ers Eagles NFC Championship game. So the Cowboys, don't have to play one of those teams to get into the NFC Championship game.
I mean, we saw what happened in week 5 with the matchup between the Cowboys and the 49ers.
Yes.
And, the Cowboys and Eagles, it's always up in the air. They split it this year 1-1, but when you're playing a divisional rival in the playoffs, you never know what the outcome's going to be.
Yeah, I agree. So AFC here. Obviously, Ravens, the 1 seed. The Texans and the Browns. I'll let you go first for this one.
Texans and Browns, Joe Flacco, Joe Flacco.
I think Joe Flacco.
Level quarterback.
He's an experienced quarterback.
And he's a playoff winner. He's a playoff winner. And that's what you
playoff winner. I think the Browns did a perfect job at replacing Watson this season.
Oh, yeah.
The Texans, their time will come, in my opinion.
I
just don't see CJ Stroud doing well against basically they have 2 top 5 corners statistically in Denzel Ward and Martin Emerson, the second or junior. I don't know. Me and my friend beat them both on 2K.
Yeah. And I don't think you have a young team, right? You have a young coach, you have a young starting quarterback.
Yeah,
right now the Browns are leading the NFL in least yards allowed with 270 yards.
And their defense is number 1.
Will
a rookie quarterback solve that? I don't see it happening. I think Nico Collins is going to be absolutely horrible.
I think losing Tank Dell was big for them.
Yeah, and that as well.
Yeah, I think that was big. So,
yeah, it's the first game tomorrow, 4:30.
Yeah.
We're on the same page with the Browns, I think.
Right there, Browns.
I would say so as well.
I think it's a lock. I really think it's a lock.
I don't see the defense, and well, even though they lost Nick Chubb at the start of the season, I think the Browns had a great year.
Jerome Ford, he stepped into that role quickly.
Kareem Hunt playing. I don't even know if he's. Yeah, he's playing.
Kareem Hunt, he's been finding the end zone.
He can find Pierre Strong, former Patriot. He's all right.
That's what you want.
They'll be fine. All right, we got the Chiefs, the Dolphins. The weather's going to play a factor in this game. I just both teams are teams that you just don't know what you're going to get.
Exactly. They're teams that going into the year you thought they were going to be, the 1 and 2. They had a lot of hype around them, but they both really had lackluster seasons. I know people are going to say, but what about the Dolphins offense? Defense wins championships. Let's be honest there. Losing Jalen Phillips, that was big for them. Chiefs, beginning, they kind of turned it around.
I just think Mahomes is just that playoff guy. I just don't see him moving in the first round.
Mahomes is a winner.
I can't get into that to my head.
That's the difference. Mahomes is a winner. I think the Chiefs can go very far.
Definitely. I think they're one of those teams. Doesn't matter what seed they are or whatever. I just have them.
Playoffs start, and the Chiefs are a different.
Do you really see Tua going into Arrowhead being the Chiefs? No. I don't see it.
No. I mean, let's be honest. The Dolphins have one win against an over 500 team. Sadly, my Cowboys. You can beat up on bad teams and get your stats up and yards up. That doesn't mean anything once you're playing the best teams in the league. That's why the Chiefs, I think, is a good pick right there.
I think as well, the Dolphins, they're in Miami. They're used to playing in hot weather, playing in, what is it, -30 or negative something wind chill or whatever.
Yeah, that's a killer.
They're not used to that. And the thing is, you don't practice in that before the game. Tua's not going to do anything. He's not used to throwing the ball in this weather. He'll have a dud game. We got the Chiefs here.
Yep.
I think Bills, Steelers, I think I just got the Bills. I don't think Mason Rudolph's doing anything.
Yeah, there's not much.
TJ Watt's not playing.
You lose TJ Watt.
This should probably be the biggest lock here.
Yeah, no.
Bills used to playing this type of weather.
I'm pretty sure it's like really high wind gusts, right? Like 40 miles per hour.
Okay, so they're playing in the snow, I've heard.
Yeah.
In the bad snowstorm. Who knows? The game might be moved to another venue.
Yeah, we'll see. But no matter how much you push it back, it's inevitable. The Bills.
Yeah, the Steelers without TJ Watt, like what else they got?
Nope.
All right, NFC here.
All
49ers,
right.
obviously the 1 seed. Buccaneers versus the Eagles. This might spur a debate. Or spur a debate.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're gonna disagree on this game. So I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
I talked before, I said the Eagles don't have much momentum. AJ Brown tried to bring the offense to an escape room. I don't know what he was doing with that, trying to show his leadership skills. Devontae Smith, he's been off and on.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles, if they're able to manage to win this one, it's a good look for them. I think
Yeah.
that the Eagles showed us last year that they could squeak in and they could really make a run. I think that the Eagles, I have them over the Bucks. The Bucks are playing in the NFC South. Who else is in that division? You're playing the Falcons,
The
you're
Saints,
playing the
the
Saints, you're playing
Panthers.
the Panthers. You know, out of it's kind of like trying to find like garbage within garbage.
Yeah.
I don't think the Buccaneers are a winning team. Baker Mayfield, he turned it around this year. He had a great season. Don't get me wrong. You have Mike Evans, you have Chris Godwin, the playmakers, but I just think the Eagles are way too star-studded to lose a game like this. What do you think, Morello?
Yeah, I think honestly, you kind of made me switch to the other side here. We discussed this briefly.
Mhm.
It's kind of like the Chiefs. I just don't see the Eagles losing in the first round. I think the script is on. The NFL wants the 49ers Eagles in the divisional round. So we got the Eagles here. I think it's gonna be a close game though. I don't see
Yeah,
it.
I mean, it'll be close, and if Tampa's, able to, squeak away with a win, I wouldn't be surprised, but they're gonna meet their fate with whoever they play next. So we'll see.
Got the Lions versus the Rams now.
Lions, Rams. I mean, you got two quarterbacks playing their former team, so you already know it's gonna be a great game.
Yeah.
Um, when it comes to this game, I think either one of them has a good shot.
Yeah, I don't. This
What
is.
stands out to you in this game, Morello?
I think. I think Puka Nakua and Cooper
Kyron
Kupp
Williams.
against. I think the Lions secondary is below average.
I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, they have the good pass rush. I don't know though. The
Yeah,
thing is, you can't deny the Lions rushing. Their two backs of David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, like they've been great this whole year.
they're
I,
average. The
yeah. So I
yeah.
think the Lions, I think whoever wins this game wins it on the line of scrimmage. It all
Well,
starts there. It's tough because I could
I
see
have the
both of these
Rams.
teams
I kind
winning.
of have the Rams here.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it, I can agree with the Rams. I think the Rams, when you look at the team as a whole, they're the most complete team when you look at it. You
Yeah.
have the Puka, you have the Cup, right? On defense, you have a
Hey, Kyron
very
Williams
good
as well.
defense. Kyron Williams up the middle.
An all
You
pro.
got
So
uh,
yeah.
I could see the Rams. I could definitely see the Rams
I
in this
definitely
one. Lions,
now
great
that now
team.
that will make the Rams play the Niners now.
Mhm.
So the Eagles will then have to play. I mean, you can see the jersey he's wearing. I mean,
All
there
right.
you go.
Let me just talk about one player right here. I have his name on my back.
I'm just gonna put the Cowboys because I don't think we're gonna even debate about this.
CD Lamb. Historic. You're making history this year. Love to watch it. He's been my favorite player since we drafted him. He proved them wrong this year. He had a great year. Uh, you know, the only thing is I have PTSD, I said before, against the Packers, but there's no Rodgers anymore. So I think Jordan Love, young guy, he had a pretty good season this year, but
Yeah,
Cowboys are advancing.
yeah, I would say so as well. I don't think Jordan Love's gonna show up in the playoffs, especially at the cow at the Cowboys stadium.
Yeah. I mean, the Cowboys at home were undefeated.
Yeah, I just don't see the Cowboys losing
So
a game like that.
yeah,
Here,
no.
here's we're down to 8 teams here. The Ravens versus the Browns with Mark Andrews coming back. I think the Ravens will take care of business here.
I think it's gonna be closer than people think. You got Joe Flacco playing the Ravens. He's gonna come out with a little bit more of that grit. You have the Browns defense, and they could take on any team. The Ravens, I believe, are below 20th when it comes to passing yards in the league. And when it comes to what we've seen in the playoffs in the last couple of years, the passing game is really where the games have been won.
Yeah.
So I could see the Browns defense kind of inhibiting the Ravens spark on offense. And the Browns offense, if they can get something going against the Ravens defense, who is also up there, I would put it at a top 3. I think I could see a low scoring game, just because these defenses are both really good. But Mark Andrews coming back, that was a big thing for the Ravens. So I have them moving on too.
Yeah. I would have the same thing. I think the Ravens are just a very good team. They have a very good
Mhm.
offense. It's gonna be a good game though, like number one offense probably against the number one defense.
Yes.
I just have the Ravens winning, even if it's a low scoring game.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Bills versus the Chiefs, we've seen this a million times. This game could go either way, honestly.
Here we go again. I agree.
I
It could
honestly
go.
have the Bills if they're at home.
If the Bills are at home,
I kind of have the Bills this year. I think this is not Mahomes' year, if I'm being honest.
I agree. This has not been Mahomes'
It
year,
has
but
not been his year.
it's
They
2024. It's a
look
new
very
year.
vulnerable.
Mahomes,
The
he's in
Bills got hot at the
playoffs.
right time.
That's true. I could see either in this one. If you're feeling strongly about Bills,
I think I got the Bills here. I
that works
think,
for me. But if the Chiefs win, I would not be surprised. Just because Mahomes
yeah,
is a proven winner. Simple as that.
I have to go the Bills here. The Chiefs look very vulnerable at the end of the year.
Yeah, you hate to have a 1-2, but when you're the top 2 best teams, can't complain.
Now, the next is the 49ers versus the Rams. I'm just going to say 49ers.
Yeah, there's not much we can really talk about this.
I think the 49ers will take care of business. Now, here's a game that's
Self-explanatory.
going to be very interesting here. Cowboys versus the Eagles. Give me your insight in this game. I won't even talk about this game.
I mean, Cowboys Eagles. You hate to see it. You hate to see the divisional teams against each other in the playoffs. I mean, they split it at the beginning, their first matchup. The Eagles were able to just barely come away. Cowboys in the one after, they won. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm biased saying my boys,
I got the
you know,
Cowboys. I
sticking
got the
strong with my
Cowboys.
team.
I don't think Jalen Hurts has been good at all this year.
You
I
can't
think
go, you can't do
I
that
got
in
the
the second
Cowboys.
half of the season. Winning teams when it comes to playoffs, you make it far when you're winning in the second half of the season. Your wins in the first half of the season are pretty much meaningless if you don't have that momentum, the team chemistry, the offense going, the defense
Yeah.
in sync. You don't have that. So that's why I think for these teams, the Cowboys have that advantage because they have the momentum. They have the
I got the
players
Cowboys.
playing well,
I got the
playing
Cowboys as
together.
well.
I have the Cowboys. You might seem biased, but that's what I have.
All right, so we got now the AFC Championship game, the NFC Championship game, the Ravens versus the Bills.
What do you think, Morello? What are you thinking?
I don't see Josh Allen being in a Super Bowl, so I got the Ravens. I think this is the Ravens year, if I'm being completely honest.
You know
Lamar
what they say.
Jackson's the MVP of the league this year.
You could pull it up, but if you look at the Super Bowl like picture every year, they say it always has the colors of the two teams in it. If you look at it this year, it's purple and red. I don't know if that's a
Yeah,
conspiracy, but if you look up Super Bowl 58,
that right now.
winners,
Put it on the screen.
that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see. So could be a conspiracy. I think it's the Ravens' year. Lamar Jackson, he's the MVP.
Oh, that's
Lamar
right.
Jackson is the MVP.
You're right about that.
You see what I'm saying? Last year it was green and red, and we know who made the Super Bowl. So,
Right.
yep, he got it right there. So, you hate to see a
I
1v1,
have to go the Ravens.
but
I do not see Josh Allen getting into the Super Bowl. I just
no.
something bad will happen for them.
If the
49ers,
Browns
yeah.
if the Browns can beat the Ravens though, I could see the Bills moving on.
Yeah.
Or for that matter, if let's say the Browns and the Chiefs win, I could see the Chiefs moving on.
Yeah.
All right.
Now the NFC Championship being the 49ers versus the Cowboys. This is where I think the Cowboys will fall.
They played in week 5. It was a terrible loss. We had nothing going. It was early in the season. At that point, I'm pretty sure we were 4-0. If not, we had like one silly loss. But they came, guns blazing, like, oh, we got this. And they really didn't show out.
Yeah.
49ers this year, I think they're the best team in the league. And I don't think that's like, an overstatement. I think they're the best team in the league. I think you
I
can.
got the Ravens as the best team in the league, but the 49ers are definitely second.
I mean, they're top 2. Nonetheless, they're top 2. You have the 49ers defense. You have their offense. I think the Cowboys have a good run, like you said. I don't want to say it, but I definitely see the 49ers moving on.
Yeah, I would agree as well.
Hate to say it, but
now this is a rematch of how
it
many years?
goes.
10 years ago?
Yeah, Joe
Around
Flacco.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
Ravens versus the 49ers. I could definitely see this being the Super Bowl, obviously.
Oh yeah, for sure. Even though they're the 1 seed, they're the 2 best teams in the league.
I think this is the Ravens' year.
Um,
This is gonna be I think it's actually gonna be a high scoring game. If
I
it's
agree. Even though their defenses are good, their offenses are
I
even
think it's
better.
gonna be the offense are gonna come.
I think if McCaffrey can get hot, they're good. But like I said before, Mark Andrews coming back. Isaiah Likely, nothing bad on him. He's a great player, but Mark Andrews, he's an elite player. So I can go, I know my brother has always been saying Ravens 24, Ravens 24. And I always said no. Looking back at
I
it now,
think this is the Ravens' year. Finally,
I think Ravens 24. It's coming to
I think
fruition.
Lamar Jackson will finally get his ring this year.
He gets a ring. He gets
At the same
MVP.
time, though, I wouldn't be surprised to get bounced to the first round he plays in, though.
Yeah. I
I
think
definitely I got the Ravens.
I think if they're able to win that game against the Browns, they have it. They have it.
How do you screenshot on a MacBook so I have the bracket?
It's Command Shift 4 and then like drag it out or one of those.
I'll just get it from the YouTube video. Can you
Yeah,
screenshot?
that's a bracket. I like what I
I
see.
agree.
Hopefully this isn't true because I want to see my Cowboys win it. I haven't seen them win it. Unlike you, I haven't seen my boys win in my lifetime. That's a big thing, big chirp. But
I was too young to really understand.
but I think the
When they
Cowboys
won, I was in
can.
seventh grade against the Rams. I mean, I kind of knew what was going on, but like when they
That
had
was one of the worst Super Bowls I've ever watched.
oh yeah, that was bad.
That was
Seahawks though,
terrible.
I remember Butler got the interception. I was breakdancing on the floor.
Oh my
What's going
gosh,
on?
that was crazy. I remember that Super Bowl was terrible. I remember I was watching the Falcons Patriots Bowl, the 20.
That was the best Super Bowl I ever watched.
I was sick. So I love football. I fell asleep during the first quarter.
You're like, all right, the Falcons are gonna win.
Yeah, I was like, all right, the Falcons are gonna win. I wake back up. It's the third quarter, and the Patriots have like getting back, almost tying the game. I was like, oh shoot, this is a perfect time to wake up.
Fourth quarter, if they just tied the game.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Sorry, and that was crazy. I'm sleep. I was sleeping like a good friend Juju Giuseppe. He's a big sleeper. As seen by recent events. But
shout out Giuseppe Montoya.
yeah, Giuseppe, right? He's the guy.
I mean, while
I
we're
hope we
here,
do a video with him soon.
oh, definitely. But while we're here, let's just go over some awards. You think who's winning all these awards? Let me just look up all the awards that they're giving out.
Yeah.
Go over them briefly. Why not?
MVP. We'll start with MVP.
Lamar Jackson's the MVP of the year.
Lamar Jackson.
I don't think that's a
one that I've seen heavily contested is the comeback player of the year. Some people are saying, DeMar Hamlin.
It could be Flacco. It could definitely be Flacco. I mean,
people are saying it's DeMar Hamlin. No offense. It was very brave what he did, very courageous.
Yeah.
Fortunate circumstances. But you can't. Joe Flacco, literally straight off the couch, brings his team to the playoffs. And, I think he's deserving of the comeback player of the year. For sure. Joe Flacco.
How about coach of the year? I think Stefanski of the
oh yeah, Stefanski too.
You
With all
lose
the
your running
issues
back,
they had.
you lose your
Yeah.
quarterback, and the team is perfectly fine.
Yeah, you lose
That's
Watson, who was big. They wanted it to be his year. You lose Nick Chubb, who is like the best player on your offense.
basically, yeah,
You, it doesn't seem very bright. And we haven't said anything. Amari Cooper has been great too. Amari Cooper.
absolutely.
Um, I think, you know, I think he has it. I think Stefanski has it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We got offensive player of the year. This was given to Jefferson last year.
I think
Tyreek
McCaffrey
Hill.
gets this one.
Oh yeah, yeah. All right, it's
I
either
think
McCaffrey or Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, it's gonna be between them, but McCaffrey's got
Yeah.
it. McCaffrey's
This is
got this one.
defensive player. This can go to Watt, Garrett, Bland. This can go to many people.
I don't think Bland will get it. I
Sick
think
history over here.
I don't know. What do you
Not
think?
like Watt broke the sack record.
Yeah.
But,
Uh
people criticize Bland though. I don't see him winning it.
no, I don't think he's winning. I'm a Cowboys fan. I don't think he's
Defensive player of the year odds. Let's see. Miles Garrett.
I think Garrett could get it. You know, Watt.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna win. He's
He had a
running
great
on
he had a
there
great
now.
year, but Miles Garrett is
He
the
has a
defensive player.
66% chance to win the award.
Yeah,
Top five contenders: Micah Parsons, T.J. Watt. Micah Parsons over T.J. Watt this year.
I mean, Micah Parsons is always having it. He's a game wrecker. You know, Micah Parsons is literally a game wrecker. If he's hot, the game can flip and do a 180. But when it comes to defensive player of the year, I think Garrett has it.
Yeah.
But the
Offensive
rookies,
offensive player of the year. Oh wait, no, yeah, offensive rookie of the year.
come on, it's
Stroud.
Stroud. It's Stroud.
Stroud. Yeah,
Got to
that's
be Stroud. He really, I know we have his Texans losing, but he really had a great
yeah.
year.
His time will come.
He, if he keeps on developing, he'll be in this league
Hell
for a
yeah.
while. He'll
Oh
get
yeah, I
his
agree.
winnings.
Uh, defensive rookie of the year. I'm just gonna go to Carter. Would have went to Gonzalez if he stayed healthy.
Yeah, Christian Gonzalez was
Awesome.
pretty good.
He was awesome.
Uh, Carter. I like Carter.
I think Carter's gonna win it.
Yeah, I like him.
I think he's been good. Isn't there someone else though? Blanking.
I saw things about Will Anderson, but I don't know.
Yeah, Will Anderson. Yeah, Jalen Carter. Puka Nakua. Oh, he's offense. I'm looking at a website.
Yeah, I mean, I think Stroud and Nakua, it's gonna be close with Stroud. It's gotta be Stroud.
PFF named Devin Witherspoon the rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year.
I could see it.
He's not bad.
I think there, as opposed to offense, there's no guy that's like, oh yeah, he's got it.
Yeah, I
I'm
agree.
saying there's no like, oh, that's the one. So I'll be interested to see how that plays out.
Yeah. Ooh, running out of time. What is this? Limited meetings. Whatever. All right. Last thing. What else can we talk about? Last thing. Who's the next year Super Bowl pick?
Next year,
Yeah, why not?
I want to say the Cowboys really badly, but looking around the league, um, I think if the Niners don't win this year, they could put up a good fight next year.
Yeah.
Looking around here, I don't think the Chiefs are gonna I don't think the Chiefs are really gonna make a big leap. Really, I think in the future the Lions could get it. Looking around, I think the Lions, if they keep doing what they're doing, keep Jameer Gibbs, give him a bigger and bigger role in that offense, build up that defense. I think they can make big moves. But yeah, what do you think?
I would love to see the Patriots, but that's very unrealistic.
Give it a couple years.
I don't think the Chiefs have it next year. It could be the Bills year. I don't
It
think
also
so.
could be
I
the
would say the
Dolphins.
Niners as well.
It could be the Dolphins. It could be the.
I don't see Tua ever winning. I just can't picture him holding a Super Bowl trophy. I just don't.
I mean, we saw him do it at Bama.
That's Bama.
We saw him do it. Well, he's a winner. Some people are just winners.
He just went out. The connection just went out. whatever.
Um, you're right. It's different NFL, but I think the Dolphins' offense is great. If they just keep improving that defense over the offseason, um, you saw A Chain, he break out
He,
here.
he looks like the best running back in the NFL
A
right now.
Chain and
You look at
Mostert.
yards per carry and all the metrics and stuff. He looks like the
Uh,
best player on the
Also,
running back.
if we're talking about young teams, you got Texans, give it a couple years. But Rams, I think the Rams have one of the greatest
I don't know what's
drafts
going on right
that
now.
we've seen. You have Puka and Kyron both in the 5th round, who
Yeah,
are both like insane this year. I think their weakest point is their defense, but you can improve that pretty quickly if you get the right personnel.
absolutely. Yeah.
You get the right
Free
personnel.
agency for the NFL is
We
very
saw
good.
what they did in the draft last year. You're right about free agency. We saw if they can replicate that and do whatever they were doing with their
Yeah,
scouting, do it, improve the holes on defense, you can make a good run.
absolutely. I mean,
All right.
The Bears have two really high picks. I don't see them winning though.
All right. That's a good segue though. What do you think are some like I guess teams that were like least impressive? What were teams that you were high on that just really,
Chiefs, Eagles, first two.
oh yeah, definitely.
Um,
Like they were in the Super
I
Bowl last
honestly think the
year. Like
Dolphins against good teams. They dropped 70 on the Broncos and didn't do anything the rest of
yeah,
the
exactly. Uh yeah, they disappointed
standings.
me. Um Will Levis had a
The Bengals, but they had injuries, so I'm not gonna even mention them. The Jaguars definitely.
yeah,
And
definitely.
Trevor Lawrence isn't that much better than Mac Jones. I
At
mean,
the beginning of the year they look good, but
and honestly, the Broncos, I don't know what the hell. Russell
that
Wilson even played bad,
franchise
but I don't know what's going on.
that
They
franchise
should
is
win some football games.
just terrible. Um, you're looking
As
up.
well as last in the New York Giants.
Yeah, the New York
I don't know
Giants.
what happened this year, but it was horrendous. That's
I
just
hate the Giants, so I probably shouldn't be the one saying this, but they have their future is just I don't know what they were
they have
doing.
no future.
They have zero future.
They have the
Their
sixth
wide
pick. They're not going to get
receivers
a
are
top
terrible.
quarterback. You're stuck with Daniel Jones, Tommy DeVito.
Everyone thought Tommy DeVito was the guy. He wasn't.
Not.
Oh, but we got Bobby Okereke. Like, come on. The Giants
Yeah,
really didn't impress me at all. The Jets, let's be honest, the Jets very unimpressed. Everyone was like, "Oh, the
they've always
Jets
been
great
unimpressed.
defense."
They've never been good.
Yeah, I mean, they're staying with history there, but their defense is always terrible. Or sorry,
This
their
defense is
offense is
fine.
their defense is good. Their offense is
I
terrible.
mean, I guess you could see
You
injuries
can't
also.
sign a guy like Rodgers and not protect him. You can't do that. And that's what happens in the first 90 seconds. He's gone. And your backup is atrocious. He, as Morello would say, he's horrendous.
He's
Zach
absolutely
Wilson,
horrible.
absolutely horrendous.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think that's all we got to talk about. I think
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
it. Tomorrow or no, later on this weekend, I'll be making a 2K24 build video, and then coming up after that will be some rec gameplay.
I'll be in there. I'll be
It's
in.
gonna
Put
be
me in,
bad.
coach. Put
It's
me
gonna
in,
be really
coach.
bad. Giuseppe Montoya will be commentating. I think we'll have a podcast starting.
Oh yeah.
A
Looking
bunch of
forward
funny
to it.
stuff. We're
Looking
23
forward to it.
subscribers away to 100 subscribers. The 100 subscriber special will be going back in the basement and doing a throwback video.
Let's do it. Can't wait.
Like the first video of me and Giuseppe. And this channel basically started as a joke, and
Look at it now.
7 subscribers is not. I was literally just doing this as a joke. I mean, you just got to keep growing. I think
Keep going. Keep growing.
that's all we got to do.
That's it. There it is.
That's it for the video. Let's hope the Cowboys win the Super Bowl. I don't know. Or actually, I want
Morello,
to win.
thanks for having me on. Looking forward to doing more stuff like this in the future. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
All right. Like, subscribe, and
You know.
peace out.